welcome to this channel. I am very happy to host you. It is 21st of September 2025, and I am here for your happy hour. This is your happy hour. We will continue reading First Kings. We were in First Kings chapter 9, and we'll continue reading. It is my hope that you will join us this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, we were reading the time that he took to build the temple, and the time that he took to build his house. In total, he took 20 years to do both. So when Solomon had finished building the temple of the Lord and the royal palace, and had achieved all he had desired to do, the Lord appeared to him a second time, as he had appeared to him at Gibeon. The Lord said to him, "I've heard the prayer and plea you have made before me. I've consecrated this temple which you have built by putting my name forever. My eyes and my heart will always be there. As for you, if you walk before me faithfully, with integrity of heart and uprightness, as David your father did, and do all I command and observe my decrees and laws, I will establish your Anthony. Welcome to this channel. I will establish your royal throne over Israel forever, as I promised David your father when I said, you shall never fail to have a successor on the throne of Israel. But if you or your descendants turn away from me and do not observe the commands and decrees I have given you, and go off to serve other gods and worship them, then I will cut you off. I will cut off Israel from the land I have given." I'm reading from 1 Kings chapter 9. "This temple will become a heap of rubble." Yes, the scripture. "All who pass by will be appalled and will scoff and say, 'Why has the Lord done this to the land and to this temple?'" If you're new to this channel, welcome. "People will answer, because they have forsaken the Lord, their God, who brought their ancestors out of Egypt." If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. I'll be more than happy to respond to you. AT, welcome to this channel. I'm very happy that you have decided to join us this wonderful 1 hour. ONX Reacts, welcome to this channel. If you have any question, I will be more than happy to answer you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are reading the scripture book after book, and I hope that you will go through the other videos so that you can understand the significance of the verse. We are not reading, we are reading, like from one sequence to another. Are we together? We're not reading this like the way a church. We are reading book after book because we are reading the scripture within this month. Any question? "Because they have forsaken the Lord their God, who brought their ancestors out of Egypt, and have embraced other gods, worshipping and serving them. That is why the Lord brought all this disaster on them. At the end of 20 years, during which Solomon built these two buildings, the temple of the Lord and his royal palace. Yes, Corey, welcome to this channel. King Solomon gave 20 towns in Galilee to Hiram, the king of Tyre, because Hiram had supplied him with all the cedar and juniper and gold he wanted. But when Hiram went from Tyre to see the towns that Solomon had given him, he was not pleased with them. What kind of towns are these you have given me, my brother? He asked, and he called the land of Kabul. If you're new here, you can subscribe, you can comment. I'll be more than happy to be part of this program. Any question? Any question? Let's continue. Now Hiram had sent to the king 100 talents of gold. Here is the account of the forced labor King Solomon conscripted to build the Lord's temple, his own palace. Wow. Welcome to this channel. We are still reading the life history of yesterday we finished First of Samuel. Now we are reading First Kings. I know we don't have much time. You see, Solomon, when he built his own palace, he also built the palace for his wife, the Pharaoh's daughter. 3 times a year, Solomon sacrificed burnt offerings and fellowships on the altar he had built for the Lord, burning incense before the Lord along with them, and so fulfilled the temple obligations. King Solomon also built ships at Ezion Geber, which is near Elan and in Edom, on the shore of the Red Sea, and Hiram sent his men, the sailors, who knew the sea, to serve the fleet in Solomon's men. They sailed to Ophir and brought back 420 talents of gold, which they delivered to Solomon. Chapter 10. We are reading. Don't worry. Soon we'll be reading the scripture. There's no need to hurry. If you have any question that is related to the scripture, you can ask me now your question. Chapter 10, it is about the Queen of Sheba visiting Solomon. When the Queen of Sheba heard the fame of Solomon and his relationship to the Lord, she came to test Solomon with hard questions. Arriving at Jerusalem with a great caravan with camels carrying spices, large quantities of gold and precious stones, she came to Solomon and talked to him about all she had on her mind. Solomon answered all her questions. Nothing was too hard for the king to explain to her. When the Queen of Sheba saw the wisdom of Solomon and the palace he had built, the food on his table, the seating of his officials, the attending servants in their robes. Any other question? His cupbearers and the burnt offerings he made at the temple of the Lord, she was overwhelmed. She said to the king, "The report I heard in my own country about your achievements and your wisdom is true, but I did not believe these things until I came and saw with my own eyes." Indeed, not even half was told to me. In wisdom and wealth you have far exceeded the report I had heard. How happy your people must be. How happy your officials who continually stand before you and hear your wisdom. Let us continue. Praise be to the Lord your God, who has delighted in you and has placed you on the throne of Israel. Because of the Lord's eternal love for Israel, he has made you king to maintain justice and righteousness. And she gave the king 120 talents of gold, large quantities of spices and precious stones. Never again was so many spices brought in as those the Queen of Sheba gave to Solomon. Let's continue. So Hiram's ships brought gold from Ophir, and from there they brought great cargoes of wood and precious stones. The king used the wood to make supports for the temple of the Lord and for the royal palace, and to make harps and lyres for the musicians. So much wood has never been imported or seen since that day. King Solomon gave the Queen of Sheba all she desired and asked for, besides what he had given her out of his royal bounty. Then she left and returned to her own country. Here now is an account of the life of this man. When he had finished building the temple, God appeared to him and told him that he will dwell in the temple, but it was conditional if he walked in the path of David his father, failure of which he will reduce the temple into rubble. And that is exactly what happened.